Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. It is Monday night. The holidays are over. It's time for us to focus on the most important thing, and that is who is going to win this weekend's football game.
Oh, who cares?
Not the Buccaneers.
Who cares?
Not the Buffalo Bills.
If you would have brought up sports, I wouldn't come on tonight.
It's not my Saints, that's for sure.
Who cares?
So I guess that tells us who still has a team in the race here tonight. No, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking music.
Pittsburgh does, and I don't care.
He doesn't care. Okay. But tonight, it's all about music. We are going to be talking about the top 200 list. Now, a lot of you are on the Facebook page of either DJ Event Planner or DJ Intelligence. Both released their lists over the weekend. But tonight, we're going to be digging into the DJ Event Planner list because they were the first ones out with it, and that's one I got when I wanted to put the idea together for tonight's show.
You got to define that a little bit better. It's not the top 200 list. It's the top 200 most requested songs in 2015.
Correct. These are the songs that are requested for the people who are using the DJ Event Planner system. So if there's brides and grooms and some corporate events and some bar mitzvahs, all these requests come into this system. And what they're able to do is compile these, and then they will break them down into different categories. The top 200 of the all genres, and then they break it up into genres by decades and what have you. And I wanted to kind of talk about this. We'll put the link actually while one of the other guys is talking. I'm going to put the link into the description below this video. So what you guys will need to do is hit refresh, and you'll be able to get to that link. But that is the link of the list we're going to be talking about. And I don't think I put it in the chat. Let's just try the chat.
It won't let. Well,
it might let me to the system,
say,
and what they're able to.
I was going to say, you can't put links in the chat.
Unless you're John Young, because you have special privileges.
Did it work? Can you guys see it?
Look at that. Aren't you special?
Hey, wait a second. I was prepared. I had the link in the description below way before. Gosh, I was on a roll today, man.
As the host, he gets special privileges.
So, guys, let's all pop open the list on a separate window. Now, if you're in the chat room tonight with us, thanks for joining us, first off. We're going to just kind of go through, and we want to talk about some of the things that are there, maybe some of the surprises. There's a lot of things that have been there for years. And then I want, because most of us are doing events, and we're going to have some different ideas and what, maybe this doesn't work for our dance floor. Maybe there's some things that are missing in that top part of the list, and we're going to kind of discuss that from our perspectives tonight.
Can I discuss the worst request New Year's Eve ever?
Yes.
A list or a song?
Song. Request. Oh. Okay, so it's a top 40 dancey place. Okay, New Year's Eve, everybody's jumping around, having a good time. A girl comes up and asks for Beast of Burden.
Oh.
By the Stones.
Wow.
Oh.
Well, I'm not taking away from the song's merit, talent, popularity, but New Year's Eve.
Yeah, that's...
Okay, is there a remix out there that you could even have, made an attempt at it?
I paused. Oh, it's this really cool, sexy song, and I'm thinking.
But he's a producer; he can make a remix.
I couldn't right then, but I was like, no. And she's like,
not on the spot. Yeah, in the middle of a wedding reception, with dance floors packed, I had the bride's mother come over and request Led Zeppelin "Cashmere."
Wow.
That just like.
I just want to point out, I just scrolled the entire list. There's no Nickelback, so.
Yay!
Oh, hey,
Oh, tonight's show. No, we got changing topics because how much we should love Nickelback and pay homage to their skills and abilities.
Well, for our Canadian friends, it'd be Nickel Penny because after the conversion rate.
Come on, Anthony.
Okay,
and
I don't like
exactly
them, so.
Why is that rate so different? Why do we treat our northern neighbors so horribly? What is the deal with the?
There's got to be.
Because they're the Flanders of America.
We're America. That's why.
That's right.
What is the deal with that? Why is there such a disparity between our Canadian friends and us?
We are jealous of their healthcare system.
So we just charge them, tariff them through the nose? Is that the
Our
idea?
money doesn't smell like maple syrup.
Doesn't look like a maple leaf either,
Yeah.
It's all the same color pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you think the American flag has rules for how you can display it, look up the maple leaf for the Canadians one of these days and all the different rules that are attached with how that leaf faces.
Really?
Yeah, I had to do that for a hockey game once. It was an all-afternoon project researching north, south, and if it's hung this way, it's got,
Wow.
I thought the American flag was tough. The Canadian flag is much worse for what you can and can't do with it.
Okay, guys, let's jump into
Music.
Let's jump into music.
Yep, it's already out of topic.
There we go. I'm just trying to open windows and get things put into place, and getting this Rust-Oleum window shut down. So, guys, if you got the list up in front of you.
Oh, was that from the stripper juice we were talking about earlier?
No.
That was a sponsor, man. Don't be.
Rust-Oleum was the ability to take paint off.
No rips, runs, or errors.
And that didn't count. I'm just telling you.
Oh, come on.
So we're going to start out. The list starts out, gang, with for those of you watching, if you've got it open, please pop. The link is in the chat, or otherwise it's in the description of this show tonight. Pop down there, and you can pop that up. What I want to do is let's look at the top 10. We've got the top 10 of this is the most requested songs. Now, in that most requested songs, we've been doing events throughout the year, and MJ, you aren't as doing as many mobiles as some of us, but as I look at that, I don't know if that would reflect my top 10 songs that I get requested. A couple of them were there, but some of them.
I'm trying to go through the 100 and look at stuff that I just don't get why it's on here. But
can I make a suggestion here?
Yeah.
Remember when you look at this list that this is for the whole year. So, for example, when Wobble first came out, of course, it dominated for months before it started settling down.
4 years old.
Total number.
Yeah, there's nothing new about the wall.
Yeah, well,
No, exactly. That's my point. Is that it's on the top 10, so we may not be playing it as heavy today, 2016, as we were when it first came out, and but it's the total number of counts.
Let's scroll down all the way to 200. Usher's OMG. When's the last time? I can't even tell you. Even when that song first came out, I never played it that often personally.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
So it's got to be regional somewhere.
Yeah, or You Are the Best Thing by Ray LaMontagne. No, I cannot say his last name. Saved my life.
Lamage, I think, or something.
Yeah, Ray Menage a Trois. I don't know.
No.
It's French.
It's French.
No.
We have to get a Canadian to translate that.
It's La Montagne.
Montagne.
It's La Montagne.
See?
So the hill.
Old Crow Medicine Show by
Or the
Wagon
mountain.
Wheel. Yeah, that is a must play at my weddings.
And granted, this is going to be covering.
Living on a Prayer. Nobody comes up and asks for that anytime recent, but just this past weekend, I did have somebody ask me for number 11, Whitney Houston. I want to dance with somebody.
Yeah,
one of the bridesmaids. So
Well, I think that's because Chris Brown repopularized that song.
no, the Bon Jovi is East Coast. Anybody on the East Coast has to love
Yep.
Bon Jovi and Journey. In fact,
That is a staple at school dances, Living on a Prayer.
MJ,
we used to have a band here in the city called Bon Journey, and that's all they did was covers of both bands.
MJ, how does Bruce Springsteen? Because he's also from that region. Is his music the same?
What pulls it here is there's a guy who is a local artist called Joe Grishecki, and Joe and the boss are really, really good friends. So a lot of times Bruce Springsteen will be in town to do a little nobody show with his buddy Joe Grishecki. You know, 50 people. Bruce Springsteen will just show up and jam with them. So
Wow.
it's that sort of thing.
I think we should do something opposite with this list. We should look and see if there's anything that we have not played in 2015.
I don't think there's anything wrong with the top 10. I think the top 10 for mobile, and that's what I think this list represents, more mobile than anything. So, and I think all the top 10 are right there with the mobile. What do you guys think?
I've never played this Uptown Funk song. Never heard of it.
What is this?
I literally had a girl
Where's
last
that rock in Florida? I gotta go find it. It's
I
hiding under a rock.
literally had a girl last year come up and say, "This is the worst song ever. What is it?" And I'm like, "It's been on the charts number 1 for 11 weeks now." Really? How old are you? You look 20 something.
Never heard of 85. Haven't played it in my life.
Wait, where are you at?
Mike, stop it.
Wagon Wheel, Old Crow Medicine Show.
Yeah,
Never
that's
heard
what
of
I'm
it.
saying. I've never even heard of it.
No, either.
Which chart are you guys looking at now?
Top 200.
Go to the top 10. Stop jumping.
Wait,
I'm not jumping. I'm just scrolling, looking for anything I haven't played.
Well,
So
don't do that. We're talking about the top 10, Chumley.
are you looking? Go to the what's the title at the top? Where are you at?
I wish I had his money. All right, I'm back to the top 10.
Any disagreements with the top 10?
No, well, what do you specifically? What is your question? Is it like my top 10 that I play here?
Well, no, but I mean
Do
songs that
feel
could possibly.
those are top 10 songs. That's two
No.
different questions.
I don't believe there's anything in the top 10 that doesn't belong there as well.
The Whitney
I would
Houston
agree.
one. The Whitney Houston one actually is one that it was a head scratcher for me because I have not had a request or played Whitney Houston. Ew, boy.
I literally
Caroline still works very well for me as a
literally-
sing-along song.
Yeah, but wait, there's a difference between what works well and what we get requests. These are the most requested songs, kind of like Living on a Prayer. I don't get requests for Living on a Prayer, but when I play, people go absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever requested Living on a Prayer in a long time. Shake It Off.
I would agree with you, Arnaldo. I would agree with that.
I think that's the least of the requested Taylor Swift songs. I've had maybe 2 requests for Shake It Off as opposed to some of her other stuff.
like almost one of the only ones I play. The Whitney Houston, I can still play that at a bar on a Friday or Saturday night and drive the 20-somethings crazy with it. The same with Bon Jovi.
Oh, absolutely. But do the 20-somethings or anybody still ask specifically for that song enough to be on the top 10 most requested?
I would say yes. Because you look at Christmas Time just brought back Rocking Around the Christmas Tree, hit the Billboard 100.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that happens pretty much
Brenda
every
Lee
year.
or somebody else's version?
Brenda Lee.
Wow.
Another one that was on there too was a Christmas song that was brought back into the top 100. And I'm like, wow.
And of course, I'm biased, but I got to give it up to my boy Cupid for still keeping on the top 10.
Yeah, he's local to me. He
Yeah.
lives in my town.
I mean, granted, I'm a little bit biased, but I'm really surprised. I'm really shocked, and maybe this is a Florida thing, but Tootsie Roll should be somewhere in that list.
Really?
Well, it was the number 2 biggest rap song of all time. Like, where is it on the list? Nothing.
Let Me Clear My Throat. It's not on the list, but every time I play it, it rocks the house.
Yep.
So, yeah. But, I mean, this is from one company, and I don't know, so you have no idea of which states are represented here, how many different countries this might be coming from. There's a lot, we don't know. There's a lot of statistics we don't know about this list.
It looks right on. I'm looking through the whole thing for weddings and stuff. And I'm not saying you have to play every one of them, but I'm saying in general, you're going to cover this in about a year's period, a lot of these.
I would agree. Yeah, I would agree.
Not whether it be a private party or a wedding. Yes.
Yeah, there are very few songs that I have not played in the past 12 months.
Yeah.
So far, the only one I found was that medicine show, whatever it was, and you told me to come back up to the top. So
What was
I would scroll down and find the name for you, but I'm forbidden. So
the medicine?
What I would like to see is somebody do a chart like this, but based on the percentage of requests per month. Because if a song came out in, let's say, November, it was a huge banger, it still may not have gotten as many requests as a song like Uptown Funk that came out a lot sooner.
That's actually a great point, Arnaldo.
Is there any songs on here that actually came out in 2015? Because I'm not seeing any.
Fetty Wap is on here.
Is it?
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, Fetty Wap, I don't think he came out with anything that was on the mainstream before 2015.
isn't Sugar Maroon 5 number 16? Isn't that this year?
Correct. I'm almost positive. Yep.
Yeah, I think that was.
But that's like almost tailored for weddings. I mean, with the video and everything.
Amy Winehouse is on here. She's like 4 years sober now, so good for her.
All About That Bass is 2015, number 30.
I think All About the Bass is 2014, I think. But the reason when the Amy one was on there is they just put out a documentary on her, I think is what brought that.
Real quick, Ian Moon just said that that's the original for Darius Rucker's cover Wagon Wheel.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Okay, that makes
Thank
sense.
you.
I do play Darius Rucker's version. I've just never heard of these guys.
It wasn't until
41,
after.
I know it. That's 2015.
We're at?
41, LMFAO. That's Sexy and I Know It.
Yeah.
That's this year. That's 2015.
What?
No.
No. Sexy and I Know It.
So,
Years old.
let me go look it up.
Oh my gosh.
Let me go look it up. I'll tell you in a second.
Did it take that long to get that far
2011.
south?
I think it came out in
I'm
2000.
losing my mind.
I can tell you what club I was at when that was on there, and that club is closed.
Yeah. And you're in New Jersey, up north. I'm down south, so it takes a
I'm
little
not
while.
in New Jersey. I'm in Deadburg.
Uh,
You get things late here. Except for food. We're never late for food here.
Jeremy, did you get the link, by the way?
Wow. Oh, wow.
Is that UPS?
I'm so wrong.
4 years old.
Fine.
2012, sir. I was way wrong.
Wow.
2012.
Somebody's clock's ticking a little bit slower. than
Yeah, I'll guilty as charged.
Isn't the Derulo song? Isn't Jason Derulo's at the Want Me? That one's this year.
That's this year. Yep. I played it.
Well,
I like that one.
Watch Me. That one's for sure in 2015.
Put it on the list.
Yeah, it's on 110.
10. Yes, it is. Clean Bandit was 14. 112. That was 14.
And I'm sorry, I missed kind of the beginning of this, but I mean, I think when you look at lists like this, you have Journey, who's been building momentum for however many months / years, and that's one that always ends up to be a classic at weddings. Everyone loves that song. So I mean, I think it's hard to. I think kind of like what Arnaldo said, it's kind of hard to validate with something that's trending as opposed to something that's been popular for years.
Yeah.
Yep.
Major Lazer, Lean On.
64, Watch Me. New.
We already
Yeah,
did.
see,
Put your
Watch Me is
earphones
like
in, Mike.
the most popular request I've got.
Put your earphones in.
What?
Exactly.
What?
Put your earphones in so you can hear us. I'm gonna pimp slap you.
Me? What did I do?
Cheerleaders in there too.
Messing with me. You're messing with me. That's what you're doing. All right, I do have some numbers that I have questions on because I don't know them and I don't know why they're in here. Like for is it something to do with moms or whatever? 44 Killers, Mr. Brightside.
Yeah, I haven't played that in years.
What would that be played for? What type of event do you think?
School dance when you get a bunch of severely close to emo kids. I mean, when that song first came out, that was a really good song for those that wanted something besides rap and EDM. But I can't tell you the last time I played Killers. If anything, the most alternative that I've personally played has been Walk the Moon, Shut Up and Dance With Me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a fun sing-along song. I'm shocked that I kind of wish that they had that, even though I hate karaoke, it would be interesting to see the most requested karaoke ones. I bet you that one would probably be in the top 10 by now.
Interesting.
Now, how many of you guys have played? How many of you guys have played number 76?
I have a couple of times.
Almost every night. I follow Pitbull's Don't Stop the Party with it, and it follows right up.
I live in Florida. We're about 99.9% Hispanic here, so pretty much all the time.
I have the original Latin version. I have the club version. I have the version with Akon in it, and
I'm very disappointed because after hearing that, oh my goodness, Tito Bambino came out with another similar one, that Brazilian carnival type beat. I'm like, all right, maybe we're gonna get away from reggaeton in general and go into the more carnival style music. There's a few clubs here that play, but I thought it was gonna be a national thing where you would see more of that kind of music. Nothing. Same thing with Uptown Funk. After Uptown Funk, or before that, CeeLo Green came out with Bright Lights, Bigger City that had that funk style beat. So I thought maybe funk disco was going to come back. There were 2 or 3 songs. Nothing. Completely dropped out. It was kind of disappointing. I was really hoping that was going to be the new trend of music.
Yeah.
all right, the next one, 66.
I thought we had passed that. Okay, what about it?
These ones I'm questioning, like, what would they be played for? I don't know why they're on this list.
I played that for first dances several times.
Okay.
Which one?
You have to think about all of those kiddies or all those teeners that they started watching. What is it, Twilight?
Yeah.
Now they're married, and they that was their high school crush, and that was the song. So still on top.
And that one I think I've actually had. And the song's 1,000 Years, for those of you watching, if you're not following the list. Mm-hmm. That particular one I think I've had requested 3 times in my planning system this year. Once it was used for I want to say a father-daughter, one of those types of dance, but it was more like a stepfather song. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
you actually get a lot of requests for that one for using in the ceremony itself.
Yeah, especially
request for a ceremony.
Yeah.
Especially there's a cello version that was on YouTube. That one I got more requests for than the original.
Yeah, the piano guys redid it.
That's
one's been huge.
Is that the O'Neill brothers?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, O'Neill brothers.
Yep.
Number 130, Queen's "Don't Stop Me Now." Has anybody played that one at all?
Not me.
No, I've played quite a few Queen over the years, but not that one.
Right.
Yeah, it's like the last Queen request. I don't even think I've ever gotten that one as a
So,
request.
so as long as we're there, let's. What is?
Number?
130.
My 130 is "You're the Best Thing."
I don't know where. Yeah, Mike, go to the chat. There's should be the link in there for the. Click on that. I think you might. I don't know why your list is different than the rest of ours.
I don't know. It's the DJ Intelligence 2015
Nope.
top 200 most requested.
Oh, we're on the DJ event planner one.
Wait, keep up, Mike.
Well, that would explain it.
Hey, Mike,
Sir.
put your earphones in. Limp-wristed, bedwetting mama's boy.
So I got these new earbuds from Yamaha. These are freaking sweet.
And there's our sponsor spot for tonight.
And they're just, you're welcome.
You know, one of the things as I kind of look through this list, you kind of see songs that trend their way back. And Mike Walter actually did a seminar. I can't remember exactly where it was at, but you look at songs like Blackstreet, No Diggity. You know, I think when Pitch Perfect redid that into the movie, I think it kind of revived that song a little bit from the 90s to now. So again, I think you start seeing a lot of these trending because of movies. Same thing with Time of My Life, number 111. You look at some of those songs that were in movies, Unchained Melody, another one in a movie, Bohemian Rhapsody, that was in a movie. And I think movies really do revive a lot of these songs that are either throwbacks or, I mean, they go, you know, nostalgic with, you know, like the Unchained Melody. So I think that's where you see a lot of those trends happening in this list as well.
I think the other thing we can attribute that to is websites like The Knot and Wedding Wire have the list of the absolute cheesiest songs for brides to pick from. And I hate when they do that because I can tell exactly when they went to The Wedding Wire or The Knot. So they immediately start filling that stuff out in because, oh, yeah, it was on The Wedding Wire. Oh, okay. But I think that might be part of it too, you know, especially with I've had the time of my life. You know, name one wedding website that doesn't recommend that to be the last song of the night.
Yep.
Perfect example we were talking about earlier, the number 76, the Don O'More, Fast and the Furious. Most of the time when people come up and ask for that song, they ask, will you play the Fast and Furious song? They don't even know the name of it.
Yeah. I had a request for a song a while back by OJ the Juice Man called Stripper Juice. Have you guys heard of that one?
No, that must be more of a regional song.
Probably.
Yeah.
They have a line dance.
Probably a line dance in the Midwest. It's probably covered by
Line dance.
Hank Williams Jr. in the crowd.
Horizontal line.
So jump to the song 57. 57 is Cobra Starship, You Make Me Feel. That is one of the songs that I have. There's just some songs that I have put up into the queue at a time and thinking, I'm going to work my way towards this song, or this song would fit in. This is probably one of the songs that I've had up the most, but yet never played of all songs in the last 5 years.
I just played this one a couple weeks ago. I'm like, man, this was a good jam. Why did I stop playing it?
Yes. And it just, and the video, I mean, it's the cool video. The only thing is when you had to edit the video because where she gives the camera the bird in the middle of the video or somewhere in that part of it.
Yeah.
Otherwise.
So I'm curious, if you look at number 61, I'm not sure if this is a typo or what, but they have Bruno Mars and Billy Joel, Just the Way You Are. Is there a remix of this or something?
I wonder if it's just
pop out, whichever one the person chooses.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's the case. Is that there's two versions of, or there are two different versions?
And truthfully, to me, the Bruno Mars version it's too slow to dance to, but it's too fast to slow dance to. And the version I actually prefer out of, for Just the Way You Are, the Bruno Mars version, I always appreciate the Boise Avenue version, which I'm not sure if you're familiar with that group at all, but he does an awesome cover. It's very coffee house style.
Yeah.
It's slower beat. It's more, I guess you could call it romantic. And truthfully, I mean, Bruno Mars does a great job, but I think the cover of what he does with his acoustic guitar, I think that's a better version if you guys ever get a chance to listen to that one.
Well, I'm curious if this was on the top 200 most requested, maybe it was for a ceremony, because I've seen more people request a Bruno Mars for the ceremony than they have for dancing itself.
Yeah.
As well as dinner. And I think that's where it kind of gets skewed. It says 200 top most requested. What was this for dinner? Was this for dancing, for the ceremony, cocktail?
Everything.
So that kind of throws things off there too.
I think it's in everything.
Yeah, it's pretty much in everything. It's just a numbers game.
Again, the Bruno Mars version and the Billy Joel version are two completely different versions.
Very much
That's the
so.
part that I'm confused with.
But
Never played 77 in my or 76 in my life, y'all. Have you?
No.
we just talked about that. Freaking
Put your headphones on.
No, it's not his headphones. He was on the long
I'm
list.
looking at the list. I'm probably on the same page. Give me a break.
He was looking at the other list and he's
Here,
like, why
take
are they not?
these.
They're dissing this song. This was a really good song. Why are they?
It's like never played it, never heard it.
It's the one I just talked about. I'm done.
And you know what? I'm right there. I've never played that song myself either, and I'm gonna have to go and listen to it after
I
we're done.
should get my computer out and see how many times I've played that song. It's got to be, since it came out, probably a couple hundred times. I doubt there's a night I DJ out I don't play it.
Yeah, I've never played it before. I doubt if I've even heard someone request it.
I'm really shocked that Turn Down for What is that low on the number. I thought it'd been higher than 20. I would have put it in the top 15.
It's kind of old now. It's kind of
Yeah,
like,
but
kinda
again,
like Happy. Nobody wants to hear Happy anymore.
it was
Well,
the
in
most requested.
2015, they did. I mean, you look at this span of 2015. That's a year ago.
I don't think I played. Hold on here.
Have
Well,
you seen
you
the
probably
video
didn't
for
play
Turn Down for
Happy,
What?
but others may have.
Have you seen the music video for Turn Down for What?
Yes, and when I play the videos, because I DJ videos, I actually have another one that's nothing like that one because I refuse to play that video.
It's it's one of those things. Somebody at some point needs to ask them, what the hell were you guys smoking when you came up with that?
It's to get people paying attention. It's just, it's kind of like that LAMFO Sexy and I Know It video. They just want you to pay attention. And that was a nasty video.
Yeah.
See, that one, there was a YouTube video that somebody put together with little bulldogs or little dogs, and that video was so much better. I've had much better luck with that one. The people are like, "Oh, that's so cute! Look at those doggies."
Hey, we got another cat, so she'll be popping up any second now. Just
Okay, so I know Teach Me How to Dougie's been out for a while, but to put that one at 145, when you have, and again, I mean, Can't Take My Eyes Off of You, Frankie Valli, still a good song, but I don't know if it was requested more than Teach Me How to Dougie was in 2015.
yeah.
You have to look at some of these songs. And like I said, from the club point of view, the same way with Turn Down for What and Dougie, we now call them novelty songs because they're ones that you just play to kind of get a cheap reaction, or they used to say in the entertainment industry, a cheap pop. So I think that's why it's on the list, because it's kind of, maybe an easy go-to for some DJs. Maybe they'll push it or put it on a list. It might be on like Arnaldo was saying, that it could be on another place's list, that people look at and go, oh, I wanted that one.
Well, I think that's what he means, though, is that why would Teach Me How to Dougie be below Frankie Valli?
Because I'm going to be honest about this, you're not going to find Dougie in too many white weddings.
I think that I was just going to say it
I
was.
think you'd be amazed.
Yeah, I would have to disagree with that.
Well,
Yeah.
I was thinking more of you get into the older, you're going to have parents where that was their song back, the 60, some of the 60-year-old grandparents, that's going to be their song. And I wonder if that's where it's not in the father-daughter, grandfather-daughter type of.
Well, that's it. But the people that usually, are old enough to request that music, do they even know how to use the website enough to be able to punch it in?
There is a level of that.
I don't know. Ask Mike if he can.
Oh,
No, I can't even find the right list, man. I'm done.
Mike can't even figure out how to put it on headphones. So
Going back to the comment of the Dougie being more for not for the white crowd. I think you actually would see more requests from the white crowd because the black people already know how to dance. They don't need a song that shows them, okay, this is all you have to do. It's just
exactly.
it was over and over. So I think the white people, it's a crutch. They need that.
So where's the Macarena on the list? There it is. It's at
Oh,
105.
train wreck.
105, right there it is.
There was a joke when you mentioned about the Black Eyed Peas. Do you guys watch The Office? Or back when it was out? We started rewatching it again, and there's a part where Robert California, James Spader, he says, "I hate the Black Eyed Peas. It's rap for people who hate rap. It's rock for people who hate rock, and it's pop for people who hate pop." I'm like, holy crap, he is so right. If somebody tells me they hate rap or they want to hear rap, Black Eyed Peas. I hate top 40, but somebody requests top 40, Black Eyed Peas. So I think it is that way. With the same thing with Dougie. It's one of those that I have some black friends. What can I do to make myself seem cool? Dougie. That's it right there.
Here's a question. You mentioned Macarena, and I want to see if it's a regional thing. Years ago, people would do the Macarena dance to "Personal Jesus" by Depeche Mode. Is that a regional thing, or yeah, Mike? We used to joke around and call it the car key songs.
Yep.
Where are my car keys at? Where am I?
That's exactly how I introduced it the first year that we were doing it in the bar. Okay, everyone, it's time to look for those car keys so you can get the heck out of here. And I didn't say heck on the microphone back then, but
did you guys do the same dance to "Personal Jesus," or was that kind of a regional?
I seldom played "Personal Jesus."
No, do the line dance. Did people do the Macarena to "Personal Jesus"?
I can't even remember the time anybody ever requested Depeche Mode to begin with.
Yeah, I would say it was a more regional.
Yeah. I do get a lot of people to do the electric slide to every song imaginable. Get Low. Yeah.
You know what song that was originally that dance was done to? See, here's my trivia, John.
There we go.
Trivia. It was originally called "The Bus Stop." The dance was called
The Bus Stop. Yeah.
done to "Double Dutch Bus." I can't remember the dude's name.
Double Dutch Bus. Oh my God.
I have the video too. It's a really stupid video. Him standing in front of a bus rapping or doing whatever the song he does.
Yeah. Now, Frankie Smith.
Yes.
There you go.
And now everybody does what's it called? Double Dutch Bus for a Soul Train.
Yes.
Which, okay, you know what? Now, since we're talking about requested, this has to be the year I've gotten more requests to do Soul Trains than any other year. And not just weddings, schools, corporate, just random people. Hey, can we do a Soul Train? I don't know what launched it that suddenly Soul Trains were cool again, which I'm perfectly fine with because I love doing Soul Trains. But I don't know if you guys have had that experience or not, where more and more people are wanting to do that kind of stuff again.
Yep.
So
It's a cool thing for me. I mean,
would that have come from a movie?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm not a teenage girl, so I haven't watched a lot of those movies for a while. And it wasn't, it's not an animated show, and that's generally what my household gets to watch nowadays.
Yeah.
I love how I look in the chat and the first thing I read is why people love to Dougie.
Yeah. Okay, let's scroll down. Let's jump into the next genre here, which is going to be.
Hey, John, did Troy by any chance give you the most requested of Do Not Play?
I think he had that, but I don't think he was going to put that out unless it's at the bottom of this.
I would love to see that. I think that would make for a really good discussion.
I've seen people asking for that today. Just scrolling all the way down.
Follow the list of "Do Not Play" with how many times that list someone has played a "Do Not Play."
Exactly.
How many
See after that.
violated for garter?
Where are you at now? Because I'm
just going to go to the next. Let's see. The next section was what, 2010s?
Yeah, I'm looking at 80s.
Yeah, that's pretty much current.
Yeah, so let's maybe go down beyond that.
Request songs for introductions, bridegroom.
90s.
Now, wow, that's a long.
Let's go to the 90s. Yeah, let's do the 90s because that's a tough.
You're awesome.
Let's jump in.
Ever.
Let's jump into the 90s section, guys. Scroll down to that one.
Okay, no. Really, Friends in Low Places, #1.
Yeah.
Our song, I hate to say.
Did America become one giant bar all of a sudden?
We'll touch on this really quick. We don't need to go there, but I saw an article in, I think it was New York Times or something, talked about how millennials don't like to go to clubs anymore. They prefer to go to something smaller, like a bar that has cheaper alcohol.
Oh, absolutely. Was it John Taff or somebody who was talking about a thing, how clubs in general are just dying?
Yeah, everything's compacting down so that what used to be the big club is now called a lounge.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to make them that way just because the people, all the different things in that list are so true about, cost of it and being able to talk to someone when there's loud, music that's so ridiculously loud. It was a good article. Anyways, sorry.
Okay, so my question from the 1990s, where is Ice Ice Baby #8? I would think that would probably be like a top 3.
I'm glad This Is How We Do is in the top 3. Personally, I think that should have been #1, but
really, see, and I've not had that requested, maybe ever.
Really?
I still play This Is How We Do It on Friday nights at the bar. That one I followed up with Maximilian, Sexual Healing.
Yep.
Because it's in the lyrics.
yeah.
Yeah, when I was in the bar, I would play those in the bar. But one
of my 90s songs I play a lot is the theme to Prince
Fresh Prince.
Prince. That
Yeah.
one I do throw back a lot. It's a great sing along.
How did number 26 get in there?
Never forget.
Don't even know that one.
Yeah,
Somebody
but
right now tell me any lyrics of that song.
I couldn't even tell you the song if I've heard it.
Yeah.
That in
I
it,
don't know the song.
or stripper juice. I think that was part of the lyrics.
Take that. I mean, Back for Good is really the only song that I even know that they sang.
Oh, it's from Halo 3 is what
Wait, Halo 3 was not out in the 90s.
no, but that I wonder if it came back.
Yeah, the song might have, but the game might not have been.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a strange one.
I'm really
On my
glad.
drive, I don't even have that song.
I'm glad Proclaimers is on there. I tell my wife and I tell all my DJs I'm training, this is the white people's anthem. And I say that with love because I absolutely adore this song. But every time I play that song, every drunk white person starts doing a train all around. And they're off key and off timing with the la 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 la. So it's just random la la la's the whole time. Love that song.
See, and I just
Okay, so here's my little disclaimer. Racial comments exhibited by one guest does not necessarily reflect all of the guests on the panel.
yeah, we might have to have
Now
that
you
pop
decide to
up.
put your headphones on.
What's the deal with the headphones, man? I hear you just fine.
You actually aren't hearing us. We're talking.
I am hearing every word you say, Michael.
You're talking over us because you're not hearing us.
Anthony, will you stop talking so damn much? Seriously, just settle down.
All right.
You know, I know you look at the list for the 1990s and the end of the 90s. And again, this is also like where our brides and grooms, you know, this is when they were in high school. This is kind of their prime, or even when they were in middle school. You know, they were listening to the Backstreet Boys, Spice Girls, NSYNC. NSYNC's not even in the top 30 on this list.
Good catch. No bye bye bye.
Yeah.
And I get requests more for that one than I do, No Diggity. And I love No Diggity.
I got to tell you, I love the transition from Spice Girls to Backstreet Boys. Everybody, though, that is an easy mix, and they'll go nuts over that.
Where is Aqua on here?
Oh, that's one that no.
But it is a requested song that
It is.
high.
Barbie Girl's very requested.
Got to be a drunk person that has about 3 brain cells.
And they go to high school because that's where I get most of those requests for that song.
I actually have. I did a skate park, DJ at a skate park, and kids asked for that, and I'm like, what?
It's one of those songs that people know the lyrics to no matter the age. I've done 13-year-old birthday parties, and they request Barbie Girl. I'm thinking, how do you know the lyrics to that song? And why is that song okay to play no matter what it is? I mean, I've heard Disney play. I'm like, that song's about sex. The whole beginning to end is just about sex. But it's okay because I mentioned the word Barbie.
Exactly.
Now, wasn't I know it's not on the list, and I know I've never gotten a request for it, but the song was Boyz II Men and Mariah Carey.
One Fine Day.
Song.
Yeah, one sweet day or
One Fine Day or something like that. Or one of them, yeah.
Wasn't that like the #1 song in the world for like months upon months?
It was on the charts a long time.
Big.
Someone Google it. I will.
And the other thing too is, I mean, this was 1990s was Celine Dion, and that song was like multi-platinum.
Yeah.
And I think it got so annoying to people that they don't want to hear it at their wedding.
Yeah.
But then you got Ice Ice Baby and Cotton Eye Joe. Like those two haven't gotten annoying at least for us.
That's a line dance at our schools, Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah.
How was It Takes Two not in? Yeah, It Takes Two was early 90s, wasn't it? Not late 80s.
That was 80s.
80s.
Was it?
yeah.
Okay.
Raw bass and easy rock.
Yeah.
I want to rock right now. My name
I wanna.
came to get down. I'm not internationally known, but I'm known throughout the microphone because I get stupid. I mean,
outrageous.
Stay away from me if I'm stopping. I do the whole freaking song.
One Oasis Wonderwall. I don't think I've ever had that requested.
I've got an EDM mix of that I dropped at a school because I must have been on acid or something. I'm like, why not? Let's play it. Whole place erupted. They all knew the lyrics. I'm trying to figure out, how do these high schoolers know Wonderwall? I mean, I was alive through the 90s. I didn't remember Wonderwall in the
Yeah.
night.
I have a dubstep version that I've dropped before.
You know what it is, I think, again, because we're thinking as stands, we don't know, what exactly the list was pulled from, but it is a song that people like to sing along to, at least nowadays. But yeah, my wife loves to sing Wonderwall in karaoke. Better Wonderwall or Oasis than Nickelback, I always say. But I see more people singing or requesting Wonderwall, but not to the point that I would put it in the top 15.
Interesting.
I mean, you look at like Wilson Phillips, number 29. Again, we talked about the movies. Bridesmaids made that song just huge again.
The One Fine Day song spent 16 weeks atop Billboard Hot 100.
One
Sweet Day, sorry.
One Sweet Day, yeah.
16 weeks at number 1 on Billboard Hot, not Billboard Top, Billboard Hot, because they're different.
What is the number 1 longest? Didn't that one hold the record for a while?
What's that?
Didn't that one hold the record for a while?
No, I think Boys to Men. What's their slow one about people dying? What's the
End of the Road?
Boys to End of the Road. Thank you, sir.
Oh yeah.
I'm really disappointed by the lack of share.
There's no Boys to Men on here.
Yeah, I know. No good R&B on here. Well, there's All My Life.
Here we go. While this song still has a ways to go before climbing the ultimate victory chart, it gets closer, becomes the longest running number 1 hit of all time with every passing week. Right now, Mariah Carey's Boys to Men, One Sweet Day holds the title of longest stay at the top spot with 16 weeks. And
wow.
I think End of the Road was 11 weeks, and I'm pretty sure Happy tied it at 11 weeks.
Now, what was the last one?
Happy.
Oh.
No, I'm not sorry. Not Happy. Uptown Funk. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I'm disappointed by the lack of people that request to share Believe, because that is the greatest song of the late 90s. Anybody that,
that song when it was like good.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting list, just because I don't recall anybody ever requesting. No, I know nobody's ever requested Take That, Never Forget. Ever. I don't even know that song.
Yeah.
And to our viewers, does anybody here know that song? We're just going to say that was a typo.
That was a...
Mariah Carey and Boys to Men, 16 weeks. Whitney Houston, I will always love you. I'll make love to you. Macarena, Candle in the Wind.
Oh, wow.
We Belong Together, Black Eyed Peas, I Got a Feeling, and Bruno Mars, Uptown Funk spent 14 weeks at number 1. Those all tied at 14. End of the Road is 13 weeks, along with The Boy Is Mine, Brandy and Monica. And then we start going down into other stuff. But I thought that was...
The Boy Is Mine? That was up there?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, hold on. Somebody's saying that song's from the UK.
Yeah, I saw the one about, the Queen.
No, the Take That, Never Forget, I guess, is from the UK.
Oh, okay. So, yep, and there's... Oh, it's a
That's
worldwide.
right. There's other countries besides America.
No, Canadian.
So let's go. Let's scroll down on the list if we can. Let's go to the top 30 requested songs for introductions.
Yeah.
60s, 50s. Introductions.
Name the strangest one you've had for an introduction. I think that would be a good list.
Theme song to Halo.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and then when the whole thing was just kind of odd. It was really cool because during the ceremony, when he put the ring on her, they had me play the achievement sound. I'm like, all right, that's good. I like that. That was fun.
Wow. I think the strangest I had was themed to Rocky.
That's not that strange.
No,
No, I'm just saying that's the strangest I have. So I'm sorry.
I did have 9 Inch Nails, and I just had sex. That's 2 of the strangest ones. They came in passing out condoms, so.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Fantastic for a Baptist group. That was.
I guess they're gonna make a statement right away.
Yeah, they came in wearing bathrobes. I just had sex. Yeah,
Wow.
I think ours was our strangest one that we've ever had was is it Bad Girlfriend by Breaking Benjamin?
I don't think I know that one.
Yeah.
Just a hard rock.
Yeah.
The Office theme song. That's what somebody just wrote. That's nice.
Turned out for what as an intro song? Number 19 on that list.
Oh, I can see that.
How is Canon in D number 12?
Must be an intro wedding party or wedding intro. Has to be.
Oh, is this intro for wedding party?
It
Intro
must-
for ceremony?
It must be a combination of
Yeah.
intros. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Because I mean, I would say that would be number one for a ceremony, but for a grand intro,
Right.
I did have one that wanted Canon and D for the grand entrance, and then they wanted something upbeat. So I'm like, why don't we just do the instrumental to Coolio's "I'll See You When You Get There"? If you guys are not familiar with that, that is the most legit version of Canon and D.
Yeah. Wow.
Theory of the Dead Man. Yeah, I was gonna say that was a Bad Girlfriend because I had a couple that were debating between Bad Girlfriend and Crazy Bitch, and when they found out that I had a version of Crazy Bitch where they weren't swearing, that's what they decided to go with as their introduction song.
Oh,
Why is Mike being so quiet? Did we yell too much at him?
it's past his bedtime.
Hey, he's in Central Time Zone though. So
T.I. Bring 'Em Out is still my favorite intro song for whatever.
I've done that one.
It's just a fun song, great instrumental. I'm surprised Party Up isn't on here. Because that's the one that I still get requests for a lot is Party Up.
See, I've had three of my weddings this late summer and fall had requested not to have any Black Eyed Peas. Specifically, I Got a Feeling played because it's played at every wedding every time they introduce a wedding party, and I'm just sick of it.
Yeah.
And then they request single ladies for the bouquet toss.
No, I was one of them actually. She goes, "What did people play before single ladies?" And I had to. It just caught me at a weird moment. And it's like, what did we play before single ladies? Oh yeah, that's right. There was.
Do you get the brides to request that, and they act like it was the most original idea ever?
Well, that's everybody requests that. Oh yeah, can you do that?
So we thought about single ladies because that's such a great song. Why didn't anybody think about it? Yeah, why didn't anybody think about it?
Theme to Monday Night Football for the garter toss.
One that we see a lot for intros. Nebraska, like the University of Nebraska, is one of our, I guess, closest big schools that we have in our area, and so they always like Sirius by the what's his name?
Alan Parson, was it?
Alan Parsons, the Alan Parsons Project.
There you go. So we get a lot of that one, just to kind of give them that that running tunnel type feel. I think we've done like the Iowa theme song, those type of things. Those always go over well too, just as long as everyone's a Nebraska fan.
Okay, I've got a quick story about college. So we're in Minnesota, and U of M is University of Minnesota for everyone here. I'm doing a wedding, and they're talking constantly about, okay, we're going to do. You need to play the fight song for U of M. Okay, great. Yep, I've got it. We're good. And we get there, and we go. Well, it turns out U of M is also University of Michigan. When you don't play the right one, and you have it happened that my groom was like the tight end, so the whole offensive line and whole defensive line are there, and these big boys are out on the floor ready to go chant or go to whatever the school thing is, and it was played. The bride never clarified because she's a University of Minnesota grad, and I knew that. So she thought that was the funniest darn thing. Went around these big guys basically in your face the whole time. I'm thinking she planned it a little bit that way and set me up.
And in reality, they picked John Young up against the wall, and right before they beat him up, they fumbled him, so he was able to get away.
Get away. That's right. It was great.
We talked about Bouquet toss. Let's go check out that list.
Where are we at?
We're going to take control of the conversation.
There we go.
Well, I think we're going back to the college days of John Young, and I'm getting scared on where the conversation could go.
Well, see, I used to do a lot of painting back then, and I found that.
Wait, before we get there, can we all guess what number one is going to wind up being?
For the bouquet?
Yeah.
I'm not that far yet, so I guess
Yep, there it is. There it is.
Recession. Cake cutting. Hey, well, there we are, the single ladies. So now really the rest of the list is you see, I've done Wannabe for this, and I've done Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Oh, so
Your
usually-
Future Husband's been popular this year.
yeah, I could see that.
Number 9.
Okay, you know what? I have. You guys remember the website Crack for DJs that was part of what's it called? Crooklyn Clan.
Yeah.
They made this remix. Hold on, I gotta play this for y'all. Of Back in or no, what's it called? Move. You guys hear?
I may have that.
I think we can.
Get out the way. Get out the way.
Yep.
I have that one.
Greatest mix ever. I could definitely see that being number 9, or at least in the top 10. Number 3, never. Never had a request for that one at all. Period.
I can't scroll down.
I was gonna say there's more. There's more below. There we get into Garter and we get into. It's amazing how many different lists there are in these things nowadays.
Number 30's funny.
Gold Digger. That would be kind of funny for you.
Oh,
Sorry, I forget that there are people that are not looking at the list right now. So for those of you watching or watching it later on recorded or even podcast, with the audio, I apologize for just shouting out numbers and not explaining what we're seeing. So
Hey, this is more motivation for you, ladies and gentlemen, to go out and open up this list and follow along with us as you're going through, and you can make comments to it and make as much sense as we do. It's great.
Truthfully, as I look through this list, I bet out of the 19 years that I've been doing this, I've played at least all of these songs, at least in my 19 years. I bet I have.
For
the Garter, or for the Bouquet.
Okay.
Yeah, even number 9. Even Ludacris.
Yeah, I mean, there's some in here I haven't played in a while. I'm like, oh, that's right. These were really good. I'm surprised to see Little Big Town, Little White Church.
I'm not.
I mean, at least up that high compared to stuff like Ladies Night or Girls, Girls, Girls. American Woman was huge years ago. Like that was all people would request. I think that's what we played before Single Ladies. We do. We have a Monday Night Football. It's one of those, the ones we show the brides. They're like, yeah, we like that version.
Sure. Is this something you remixed, Arnaldo, or is that just something, just the stock one?
Yeah, I literally ripped it off right off Fox's thing or whatever. Screw him.
Mike, are you still with us? People
Does someone wake up Anthony?
People in the chat room are asking about you. Mike,
Anthony's building another bomb again.
seriously, people in the chat room are asking about Mike.
Wake up.
You got to unmute yourself now, Mike.
Yeah, he's muted.
I'm here. I'm a president. Accounted for. All is well.
Okay, I'll report back to the chat room. He is alive and doing well.
That was my mute button.
So,
Holla Back Girl.
Why
Can
is-
I just point out that's just a great song in general?
which one?
Holla Back Girl. Incredibly inappropriate for everything, but that's such a good song.
It is. It's very.
If you look at down on the bottom of your browser, you can look at last year's list. It's interesting when you look at the top 200 songs, like Blurred Lines, number 2. Blurred Line was number 2 in 2014. I don't even know. Did I even see it on 2015?
It was.
Yeah,
just
it's down a
way
ways.
below.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so what's even more interesting is somebody had said that a lot of the songs that we were wondering about are huge hits in the UK, but there's a whole different one for UK clients. So I guess
Oh yeah, I see a UK edition down there. Yeah.
yeah. So either there's a lot of destination weddings or the British are coming.
Okay, so let's
I've gotten a lot of that where European weddings or French weddings, and you just kind of have to go a little bit different like that. A lot more EDM and different things. So
I've only done one French wedding, and they're like, do you have any French songs? I'm like, I have Be Our Guest from Beauty and the Beast. I don't know if that. Wait, I do have La Vie en Rose by Edith Piaf, but that's about it.
French people everywhere just now said, we've now offended the French tonight.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's as we're wrapping up the show, let's look at the last songs for the last dance. How we end the night.
I'm gonna say.
Stripper Juice is a great song for the last dance.
See, and I would think so, but I see it's not on the list.
See, I guess it's interesting because these are all slow songs. Do you guys just end on a slow song, or do you do a slow song and then end with something upbeat? Because it's one of the things I tell my clients, like, we can end with a slow song, but then the energy is just like right out of the room.
That's one of the things I go over with my client. When I ask them, I always tell them to pick out two slow songs, pick out two ending songs, a slow song and a fast song.
Exactly.
Not saying I'm going to end with the fast song, not saying I'm going to end with the slow song. It all depends on how the momentum of that night is happening, because the last slow song might actually be a half hour before the dance is even over.
Yeah.
So I can at least have, I always consider that the first song that didn't make the cut, what was that song? And then I use that as the last slow song of the night. Then there might be a half hour of fast dance. But depending on my crowd, sometimes it's like, okay, yeah, they are going to want more of a mellow, a low key last song. So it gives me that, that option when it comes to the end of the night.
Absolutely.
Mike, what's your experience down in your neck of the woods down there? How do you guys end things and wrap the dance up?
Microphone.
Oh, he missed. Hang on.
Come on, Mike.
There you go.
Sorry about that. We usually end with a slow song because I'm usually sending people out the door. Our normal wind down here is like 15 minutes before the end. We'll play the last final slow song, and then start a departure sequence, getting everybody headed outside for a departure line. Pull the bride and groom back, and they'll usually play something. Usually, the one I love to play is Steam, Na Na Na, Hey Hey, Goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a great song with a nice little hook, and people love it. So I just loop that song and let it play out until we send the bride and groom out and call it a night. But occasionally I'll have a client that will request, they're not leaving and they want something upbeat at the end. My problem with that is whenever I end with an upbeat song, I usually get people not wanting to quit. They, one more song, and then I got the venue jumping down my back. So I like ending with a slow song and sending them out the door.
Well, that's what you can make it where that upbeat song is your one more song.
I have the best ending song. I remixed it myself, even did a video. So you can go to my YouTube channel, download it for free.
Just like this mixtape.
It's the ending. I haven't done a mixtape in several years. I have like 70 or 80 of them out there somewhere. But anyways, it is the ending song to the Lawrence Welk Show. For anybody who's old enough to remember that, the song is called Good Night, and I mixed it into an upbeat thing. So it's a good night, see you later, goodbye, auf Wiedersehen, upbeat. Perfect. I play it every once in a while. We in the clubs, like I said, we call that the Get the F Out song.
I had one wedding where they want me to play. There's a Buster. No, not Buster Rhymes. I can't remember what it is now. But if you just go on YouTube and just search "Get the F Out of Here," there's a song that goes "Get the F out of here, get all the way out of here."
Yeah.
They want me to play that. Like, okay.
Which version, the clean or the dirty version?
Well, yeah, we'll just leave the conversation like it is. I hate playing unedited songs, but this was a 21 and older wedding. I'm like, yeah, why the F not?
Are we ready to hear my remix? 10 seconds of it.
Yeah, let's go. 10 seconds of it, and we're gonna wrap
Yeah,
up.
because then YouTube flags this video.
I'd want to leave too.
Yeah.
Oh, that was interesting.
And he's got choreography.
At the end of the night.
And now look at all the people who have left the video chat and are leaving the board.
Exactly.
That's what it was intended for.
We had 20 there for a while, and now we're going. Oh. And then they didn't put the final personal slow song. The last song I play, do my thank you, and I have an edit where I brought in the I can't think of his name, Ferris Bueller. You're still here? It's over. Go home. And then it goes into Van Halen doing Happy Trails.
Yeah.
Anybody asking to do the Last Dance, Dawn of Summer? People still ask.
That's when I know they were on the Knot or Wedding Wire looking at Last Dance songs.
That's a key.
Juan posted Red Peter's a closing song. Yeah, right. Not at weddings.
Oh, that one I'm not familiar with. I'll have to look that one up too.
Well, let's just play this one so everybody can hear it real quick.
DJ Stu mentioned the Enter Sandman. I've actually used that at a couple of events when I'm running a really big sound system and you've got the bartenders or someone and it's really thinned out. Usually at a corporate event, everyone else is gone and they're like, "Can you play Enter Sandman as your last song?" Oh yeah, we can do that. We're gonna.
I think I have a remix of that, like a techno remix
of Enter Sandman.
Yeah, because I DJ this one exercise place, and they do theme nights, and one of their theme nights was Slumber Party. So I was picking songs that had to do with sleeping but it's exercise, so it had to be upbeat, and I found a remix of that.
I like the Richard Cheese version of Enter Sandman.
Oh my goodness, I have friends that love to play his crap.
Okay, for those who aren't familiar with Richard Cheese, give us a little. What is his?
It's basically covers of songs done lounge style.
Yes.
Okay.
Lounge jazzy, yeah.
He's like Brian Setzer, just not as cool.
Easy. You can his name says it.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, the Enter the Sandman, the DJ Pedro Nunez remix.
You know, I'm really curious how much these lists would have been changed if you could have put YouTube covers on here. There's a lot of famous YouTube artists that people have requested for. Obviously, the piano guys. Oh, look, dinner. Thank you, wife. There's a lot of YouTube covers that people have been asking for. Sam, oh my goodness, what the heck is his name? There's a Sam guy on YouTube. Has done a lot of covers. Postmodern Jukebox. Are you guys familiar with Postmodern Jukebox?
Yep.
They are absolutely amazing. If you guys are not familiar with them, or even if you are, you got to check out the remix of Royals with Puddle's Pity Party. This guy's like, this generation's Tom Jones. I get a lot of requests for that.
Yeah.
I'm really curious how this list would be affected if, you could enter into YouTube covers.
And it might be somewhat generational too, is that if some of the older generation would be more familiar with some of these YouTube performers, that they would hear that and be like, "Oh, that's awesome." I mean, I play Boise Avenue's Teenage Dream?
Teenage Dream.
Yeah. It's a fabulous song. The first time I played that was at a prom shortly after it came out, and the kids loved it. They were like, "Can you play it again?" And they did. We did. Worked wonderfully, and I've played that at weddings, and people are like, "That's just a beautiful song." And it's like, well, it is did a wonderful job with it, but it is what it. So.
And how many times have you played "Let It Go" this year in 2015?
0.
I mean, not by request. I've played a couple remixes and pranks.
Yeah, I've not had any requests for it.
Has anybody dropped these nuts in the middle of a dance?
I like to keep these nuts where they belong.
Look at MJ trying not to laugh.
Stripper juice and these nuts, yeah.
Well, I think that's a good time to wrap up our show for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time, thank you for joining us on a Monday Night Live Chat. We are going to be coming back next week with another topic. Then in 2 weeks, we are going to be having a special pre-Mobile Beat Las Vegas show, where the whole team that's putting together the Mobile Beat Las Vegas will be coming on a Monday Night Live Chat. This would be January 18th, I believe it is, Monday night. We'll get you more information out, but definitely plan to be with us that night, because we're going to have the movers and shakers that are there, the people who are the decision makers, the people who are getting it done, and Jeremy Breck. So
exactly.
So it will be quite a night. It will be quite an event. So we're looking forward to that. Any final words, gentlemen?
Well, Anthony hasn't stopped talking the whole show, so.
Are you playing Halo, Anthony?
It's that or he's building a bomb. I'm not sure which one is.
Arnaldo.
I'm on Facebook.
He's on Facebook. He's watching the chat boards for us and keeping.
Damn millennials.
Arnaldo.
Mm-hmm.
Ian wants to know what a YouTube cover is. Tell him real quick.
It's a song that's a cover by a YouTube artist.
There are millions of them out there. People trying to be famous by doing. There's drummers that do drum covers of songs. Just it's crazy.
And before we log out, we gotta just real quick give mention to the fact that now YouTube is being recognized as a legitimate music source. You can now go gold or platinum just based on your YouTube downloads or views.
Yeah.
Which really shows which way the music industry is really going.
I love it.
Yeah. Definitely has changed.
Take us out, John.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for being with us tonight. And again, we'll see you next Monday night. If you have any time during the week, hey, catch some of our other shows because we've got cool things. The Bill and Jason, the Rewind Report, and we sometimes talk industry stuff. It's just a great place to be on Disc Jockey News. Check it out. This is John Young with the Disc Jockey News and the whole crew. Say good night, everyone.
Good night.